Right then, well it's about just gone 8 o'clock, or more or less bang on 8 o'clock. Bit of an early start this morning. It's nice and cool like it was yesterday morning, but looking up to the tops up there, it's got a cap of cloud on it. So the reason for the early start is we've got quite a yomp up Langdale Valley, and then we're going up Stakes Pass. It's quite a little short steep climb that. So we thought we'd get that out of the way this morning while it was nice and cool. And then we drop off at the other side of that, down Langstrath Valley. It's all downhill from there. Yeah, lovely campsite this one. The Great Langdale campsite, as Paul's been saying. Lovely, well as you can see, it's a lovely place. Toilet facilities and that are absolutely top notch, nice and clean. Even bacon butty and sausage sarnies don't go down there this morning at National Trust office. But yeah, it's a lovely campsite this one. So just need to take rubbish to the bin, get bags on back, quick nip to the toilet, and we'll be getting off. Again, I know we're on a campsite, but leave no trace as always. Catch up with you in a short while. Yeah, so that's looking back down valley, back down to Langdale, back down to Old Dungeon Gill, and it's about 2 miles long this valley, and we've sort of covered this first mile. We're already a mile in no time at all. And the 2 mile marker is just about basically where we start going off up Sticks past it to right there. But I've just been saying, me and Paul, if we couldn't have got on that site last night, this is where we're going to come to and camp up top end of this valley. And like I was saying, get a bit of a dunking stream, find a nice little plunge pool. But I'm just looking at it now, it actually looks as though it's bone dry, so that might have been a fail. We'll see once we get a bit further down here. But yeah, it's like I was saying, before we set off, it's a nice cool morning so far. There's a slight breeze, so it's good conditions for getting these first few mile in and this climb out it way. And once we're up there, it's all downhill then down Langstrath Valley, and we're heading into Keswick today. So as I was saying, a bit further back down there, I thought it was going to be bone dry, but this is the spot, and it's actually still quite deep that, but when we've had quite a lot of rainfall, this is a lot deeper. There's many a time I've come down from up here somewhere, if I've been over Crinkles or Bowfell. This is Rossett Pike just above us here. Come down that Rossett Gill there, walk down here, and I've looked at this 2 or 3 times and thought I'd love to have a dip in there in the middle of summer. So yeah, this would have been, like I was saying, if we couldn't have gone in campsite down there, we were going to sort of find a nice little spot round here. And this is the little plunge pool that I'd got in mind, and we could have had a lovely little dip in there. That'd have been really nice, but it's too cold to be getting in this morning though. We shan't be jumping in there this morning. So I've just been saying to Paul that obviously this summit here is Rossett Pike, and the gill in the middle is called, this is Rossett Gill that comes down here. And there is actually a path that goes up there. I've climbed up that gill and down it twice. Obviously I've been up and down the path to the left hand side, but you might not be able to make it out from here, but halfway up there's like a little bit of an outcrop, and just up there there's a grave, a cross built out of stones, and it's known as the Fat Woman's Grave. And story goes that back in, I don't know, 16, 17, 1800s, whenever it was, quite a few hundred years ago, that a woman used to trade, I don't know, again I'm not sure what she used to trade, but she used to walk out to Langdale Valley down here, and she used to do this route up over the tops, down into Wasdale and back every day. And she did this for a long time apparently, and when she finally died, as a mark of respect, that's where they buried her up there, and her grave is marked by, like I say, a cross made out of stones. Some folk might know all that, but some of you might not, but If anybody's ever walking up this way, up the Rossick Gill, have a look. And it's quite easy to see as you walk up a front path to the left hand side. If you look over to your right, you will see a big stone cross, and that is the Pat woman's grave. And so it begins, the ascent of Stake Pass, right up there. That's where we've come from, right back down. Look at that for a view. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Lovely valley this, the Langdale Valley. We're leaving that behind now. Like I say, heading up there. This is the way. Right then, this is more or less top at Stake Pass. I've only got this last little bit to do here, but that is goodbye to the Langdale Valley. Absolutely fantastic place that down there. Enjoyed that walk up, and it's not been that bad really coming up Stake Pass. Nice and steady away, it's a zigzag path. You just take your time, nice and steady, and it's not a bad pull. So now, like I say, just have that last bit here, and off down into Langstrath Valley and down into Keswick. Right then, we've just literally walked round this corner, just about to drop down this side of the Stake Pass down into Langstrath Valley, and we're greeted by that. Absolutely beautiful, look at that. So it's that steep coming down this hillside. It's a very zigzaggy path. I don't know if you can sort of make it out just behind me there and follow it down. You see just how zigzaggy it is down in front of me there. You certainly won't want to be walking straight down this in a straight line, because pressure on your toes and your hips and knees would be horrendous. You're walking a lot farther distance wise, but it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier on knees and feet. Just look at this little cascade here. And there's this gully or this gill all the way up here, and there's been some lovely little cascades and everything, but that's an absolute little beauty there, and a little plunge pool just at the bottom there. I've just been saying to Paul, one of the things I wanted to do on this trip was getting one of these little plunge pools and have a little bit of a swim or a bathe. This time we still might get it done. Get sort of a better view of that gill now. Lovely cascades coming down, that's absolutely beautiful that. Well, it weren't quite a dunk, but a little freshen up, that'll do. And so we're just having 10 minutes here, get a bit of a drink, a little bite to eat, apply a bit of sun cream. As you can see now, skies are blue, sun's out, it's really warming up again now. There is a bit of a breeze coming through, so that's keeping us cool, which is helping, but what a fantastic little place to stop and have 10 minutes. Look at this for a view. What's it go like, mate? Does it get any better?
It doesn't get any better than this.
just come across this at bottom end at Langstrath Valley. Look how nice that is. That looks really deep, that. Not only stop here as well, comes. All through here. And bottoms up down here. And then evens out a bit down there. I'd love to have had a little swim in that, I tell you. Beautiful. This kid here not knocking his plucking courage up to jump in. And then somebody else has just jumped in there and all. That looks deep, that. Well, we've just come to this spot here. It's called Gallinifors Fall. And I don't know if you can hear, but just through there, there's like a bit of a ravine that goes in there. And there's some falls at top end on it. And obviously it's a popular swimming spot. There's lots of folk about, and I don't know if you can see just through there. I don't know if you can make it out, but folks swimming in there, it's absolutely beautiful. We've just stopped to top up with some water. As you can see, there's folk about all over. I've just been that lower end there and had a bit of an head dump to freshen up. It's absolutely beautiful. So we've literally probably, I don't know, maybe 70 to 80% of way as we've come down off a stake pass all down this Langstrath Valley, and we're approaching Rosthwaite now. We've been walking on this really loose, stony paths, and because we're only sort of wearing trail shoes, which we've both been saying, you know, commenting saying how much better they are for his feet for walking long distance. Neither of us are suffering with any blisters or out like that, but because there's a little bit more movement and freedom in these shoes, walking on this really thick, bouldery, stony paths, his feet are aching a bit. So we have, you know, we've sort of pounded quite a few mile on this stuff. Probably, I don't know, certainly over 3 mile. So I've just been saying I'm ready for getting on a bit more. Could do with a stretch of nice soft grass to walk on. I don't know whether we're going to get it, but yeah, certainly ready for a different type of terrain to be walking on. I know we've sort of been coming over at tops on that, but since we left the Great Langdale campsite this morning, I went past Old Dungeon Gill Inn at the pub. There were a sign there, and that one there is the first one that we've seen in 7.5 mile. So I know we have been coming over at tops down, you know, up valley, up onto the top, back down valley, but I thought I might have seen a few gate posts here in there, but that is the first one we've seen. So we're just in Stonethwaite at the minute, in a fairly recognisable place now. I've passed through here I don't know how many times on the way up to Seathwaite and Honester Slate Mine. There's we turn right here. There's some public toilets in here, and this is a car park I've parked in quite a few times as well. And I do believe there's a tea room and a farm shop down here. So as we make our way alongside of this meandering river, can't see it now, but just at the back of there is Castle Crag, which is a fantastic hill with superb views for such a small one. And I camped on there the week before the first ever COVID lockdown. So just as we're getting a nice bit of shade walking through these woodlands, because it's really warmed up this afternoon. It's about 2:30 now, I think, and just looking down on that, if you can see fruit trees there, that's the River Derwent. Obviously, I don't know if it's the feed or the outfeed, I can't remember, I don't know without looking at that, but that does look really inviting, that. Right then, so we're not far off reaching top of Derwent water now, and we've got a good view of the Cat Bells, Maiden Moor and Ice Spy Ridge just behind me there. Nice buy rate at top end, maiden moor, cat bells at bottom end here. Oh, looking right back up valley where we've come from this morning. It's been a lovely, absolutely beautiful, stunning walk down this valley and that, but it's been quite tough going up feet walking on this, on the tougher terrain. Feet are quite warm and aching now, so the quicker we get into Keswick, get stocked up on some snap and whatnot and find somewhere to camp and get these shoes off, the better. So this is like one of the little beaches or the little coves round this side of Derwent Water. There's duck and little chicks there, can you see them? Yeah, look at this, absolutely beautiful. That's looking straight up to Waller Crag just there. And then Blencathra just there. Skiddaw just over at the back of these trees. What a view this is from here. So we've just come across something really cool. I'm going to try and show you. Literally there's a tree in front of us, there's like literally an hole about 10 foot up just there. And I'm not sure what chicks they are. Oh, it's a blue tit. It's a blue tit. The blue, I was going to say they look like blue tit chicks, and it's just in the tree up there. How cool is that? That is amazing. Two little blue tit chicks there. And parents are in, flying backwards and forwards feeding it. Absolutely brilliant. This is a nice looking bridge we're just crossing over. We're less than a mile outside Keswick now. It's 5 o'clock. We've checked on times at like Cotswolds shut and that, they shut at 6 o'clock, so we'll get there in plenty of time to call in there and get some meals. So no bother there. We're just about see. Look just over that way. There's Dodd there, that's a Wainwright. And then there's Carlside, is it Ullet Pike or Longside or some Longside. And then there's Skiddaw and Skiddaw Little Man at the back of there. And then I look back at trees over, hiding behind trees over this way, you'll be able to see Blencathra. So yeah, we're getting to Keswick. I'll fetch you back there. Right then, we're in Keswick. You can see you back down there. We've just been in Cotswolds, got some meals. Right, well, I bought my trail shoes from Cotswolds. If you're a National Trust member, if you show them your card you get 15% off. So yeah, I've just been talking to a woman behind till, and she recommends the Royal Oak for a good pub meal and a good pint. So that is where we are heading now. So this is going to go down an absolute treat. Ready for tucking into this. Right then, as you can see, we pitched up. Yeah, Paul's just pitched over there at the side of me. He's just nipped down to the toilet. We're actually on Castle Rig Farm campsite, which is a lovely little spot. Paul's camped here before. But it's, I think it's knocking about 8 o'clock now. So yeah, we've got tents pitched up. Got me. It's good to get these off. Get my feet out, get some air to them. We're nipping down for a shower shortly after Paul's come back from toilet, but we've got some absolutely beautiful views from here. There's Blencathra over at the back of us here. Just over this side here you've got, there's Lattrig just literally over at the back here. Long scale. We've got Skiddaw, Little Man, Skiddaw it's I can see Dodd, Carlside, Longside, straight out. I'll turn you around, see if you can see. So like out there you've got Grassmoor right over here, in the middle of his outer side and Barra. The big one right at top is Crag Hill. In front of that you've got Sale, Causey Pike, Scar Crags. Over this side there's Grisdale Pike and that. Oakgillhead. Done all them, climbed every one of them, camped on a lot of them, done a lot of them 2 or 3 times. It's absolutely beautiful view from here. So yeah, time to kick back, chill out. We had a good meal down in pub, nice gammon steak there with nice chunky chips and salad, pineapple and egg and a nice pint, so as bellies are full. Call for a few snacks at Co-op, and now it's time to chill out. So after I've been in shower and everything, I might fetch you back a little bit later on, but we shall be getting his head down quite early tonight. Another early start tomorrow. Right then, good morning. As you can see, it's a beautiful morning as well. First morning when it's actually been blue skies and we've seen a bit of sunny sky first off, rather than it being cloudy and a bit cool. Still a little bit cool, which is nice, but dropped a little bit colder last night, so we've had a bit of condensation on tents this morning. Give them a wipe down. I had a bit of breakfast, first brew won't go. The plan this morning is to be packed up off for 8 o'clock. Paul's got a few electricals on down into reception down there on charge, but we can collect at 8 o'clock. So get them, head down into Keswick. We're going to get a breakfast down there before we start heading off. I've got back of the sort of the route takes us over back of the Northern Fells today, across to High Pike, past Lingy over to High Pike. Original plan was to camp on High Pike, but I think what we're going to do is push on to Colbeck onto that campsite, because it's just been really nice to get to these campsites and, you know, use facilities, toilets, showers and everything. It's like what Paul's been saying, this trip's not about the wild camping, it's about the experience of doing Cumbria Way. And if you can get a nice warm shower and use the facilities at the end of every day, freshen up and everything. Same on a morning as well. You know, all three mornings I've got up straight down to shower block, got freshened up and everything. You feel a lot better for it. So I'll mess up this brew, get another one, try and dry tent out a little bit more, and we're going to make a start and get it packed up. Right then, we're ready for off. It is 8 o'clock on the dot. As I keep saying, I know we're on a campsite, but that's what I was. We leave no trace, as always. While camping on a site, leave no trace. So, down to the main office, pick Paul's electrical stuff up, drop his rubbish in bin, down into Keswick for a lovely breakfast. Right, so we're just leaving Keswick. Nice breakfast there in his bellies to set us up nicely for the day. We're just on sort of outskirts of Keswick. We're on trail. As soon as we get this bit of road walking out that way, once we hit the hills, that's it. We're in the hills and valleys all day today. No road walking, which is a good thing. Some nice soft grassy walking today. We're on quite a steady path, skirting this hillside. This is Lonscale, fell at back of me here. Up there, that's Lonscale. But we've got absolutely amazing views from here. It's such a fantastic clear day. Of course we've got all Dodds here, Clough Head here, Watson Dodd, Great Dodd, Stybarrow, Rays and Whiteside, Helvellyn. Looking back to like Grisdale Pike, Craghill, Causey Pike, all them in the Sale. You can even see right over to Buttermere, you can see Red Pike and Istyle Ridge, and you can see some of the big boys over the other side as well, Kirkfell, and can't quite see Great Gable and that over back of there, but yeah, you can see right over to the big boys from here. What a fantastic day it is today. Nice and breezy though up here. Makes a change from sort of like when we were coming down Langstrath Valley yesterday. It was just a cold and a heat that were unbelievable. There were no wind at all, no breeze. Absolutely red hot, but this bit of breeze today is really welcome, really welcome. This particular stretch of path we're on at minute, we're sort of traversing round the side of what's known as Long Scale Crags. As you can see, that's the Long Scale Fell up above me, and that's the crags. It's quite a lengthy route that traverses round Long Scale, like I say. And then down in this valley, this bit down at bottom here is called something like Glendataire Rebecca, something like that. Can't remember rightly. But yeah, it's a lovely looking valley, this one. Looking back over to, like I said, there's Clough Head end here, Dodds, Watson Dodd, Great Dodd and Stybarrow Dodd, and Helvellyn right over at far side. So we've just passed Skiddaw House, just back up on top there. It's like a bit of a bothy hostel, more hostel, that's it, not a bothy, an hostel. You can actually stay there, and there's an honesty cafe as well. And we've just been chatting to a group of elderly ladies there that were quite fascinated and intrigued that we were doing at Cumbria Way, and you know, they knew these hills and stuff like that, and reminiscing about when they were doing it and stuff like that. So yeah, that was nice for 5 minutes. So we're making his way down here now. That peak there is Great Calver. So we walk down here and we skirt round back in it, round other side in it, and then what we're going to do when we get down there, we hit a stream. There's a bit of mine workings and that just on the other side of here. And there's like a bit of a stream in valley before we start heading up towards like the stretch where Lingy Hut is. So when we get there, we're going to have half an hour, 40 minutes, take our shoes off for a bit, dip his feet in stream, have a little break. Right, then we've got to this little gill that comes down this valley. Call it Wiley Gill. This is a really lovely looking one of these old round sheep forts just here. That's nice. It's some flat grass in the middle of that. Looks as though people could possibly or have possibly camped in there. But yeah, we're going to there's a nice little spot here. We're going to stop here for half an hour, 40 minutes, get his shoes off, dunk his feet in water, cool his feet off, get a bite to eat and a drink and a little rest, and then we'll literally go right back of this one now, right back, and then we start the ascent up towards Lingy Hut and High Pike. Right then, we've had a good little break there, sat on that nice little rock, bathed his feet are all good to go again now. had a bite to eat. Like I was saying just as we got here, over at bridge, follow the valley round, then we start making his way up onto Lingy Hut and up onto High Pike. Well, that's been an interesting half an hour. The Jaguar that you've just seen, I was trying to get up that track. When we got there, we've just been talking to a lovely old couple that are over from Florida that are doing Cumbria Way, and they were trying to turn this old guy's car around because when we asked them where they were going, they were looking for a coffee shop up that valley what we've just come down. So that was interesting. So we've helped them out turn it car around, sent them back on the way, and we are just on his way up Grange Gill now, or Grange Gill or something, Grange Gill or something like that, I can't remember right. That's where we're heading off up that valley, right up to the top where Lingy Hut is, and then we're hanging a right off up to High Pike then. But this is one of these valleys where there are a lot of mining going on. There's some of it. When I camped in High Pike a few years ago, I came down the other side of the valley, on the Carrick Fell side of the valley, and there's a lot of mining used to go off in these parts back in 19th century, mining for several different types of metals, one being tungsten. And yeah, it's fascinating to see. We've just been reading information board down there, reading about how they used to mine it out and everything, and follow fault lines, and pictures it. Like there were a picture on board of how that would have looked back in, you know, late 1800s. Absolutely fascinating. Then we've arrived at Lingy Hut. That's the route we've come up from down in this valley here. That's been quite a tough slog up, that. It's I have seen people camping around here, and I have seen fire scars last time I were here. As I have camped on High Pike before. It's nice to see that there ain't none this time. It's nice to see that it's all nice and clean in here. It's a well kept one, this. Signed in. If anybody's passing by, that's me, June 8th, passing by, doing Cumbria Way. So our next stop, High Pike, which is another mile. The highest point of the trip as well. Oh, this is the top of High Pike. Second time for me, and this is the highest point of the trail as well, at 658 metres or somewhere around there. Yeah, I've actually camped on here quite a few years back. Just down here somewhere, I think we're a view of Carrick Fell. Ooh, bit breezy up here. Oh, now we're down off of that breezy top. Yeah, High Pike was going to be his only wild camping trip, but I mean we've got here way too early because it's only just gone 5 o'clock, so there's no way we could have waited up there like 4 hours before sunset, anywhere near it anyway. So what we planned to do, well, we're going to carry on the 2 mile down into Colbeck. You know, there's a campsite there and a pub. So yeah, maybe another hour's worth of walking or so. And again, all about the comfort on this one. Like we've said before, it's not so much about the wild camping this trip, it's about the focus is on the actual route. And if we can camp at campsites, all the better. Toilets, showers. And if we can get a nice pub meal or a nice pint, a nice bonus. That's looking back off up to High Pike, and that is literally it with the hills. done all the climbing, the descent, and now on the home stretch. For tonight anyway, into Caldwell, about another mile or so, and it's all flat walking then tomorrow into Carlisle. I'm going to get out of the way before I get run over by this DPD. And just admiring this stone wall that's been rebuilt all along here. Looks as though it's been knocked over and been rebuilt. That's a dying art, a dying trade that. Nobody wants to do that no more. But it's I do like to see a nice dry stone wall. You feel like you've been watched? Right then, that is us pitched Colbeck campsite. It is 5 to 7. Drinking water there, toilet block there, showers. But we've pitched the tents, we've not got our stuff out just yet. We've chucked his bags in there. 5-minute walk back into the village, back to the pub, and we are going for some well needed refreshment. It'll be very welcome, I can tell you that for now.